Hi guys, AzureAce here and I am back with another Dragon Ball Super episode discussion. Yeah, I know everything's been delayed, but I've had such a busy weekend. I've been so tired, I've just had to take a break, guys. I'm really sorry. But I have this episode today, so I guess that's something, I guess. But today I will be covering episode 57, the 10 episode anniversary of the Future Trunks arc entitled Advent of the Immortal God, Zamasu. And my god, this episode was utterly phenomenal. This is a back-to-back weeks of arguably 10 out of 10 episodes coming out of Dragon Ball Super. This episode's animation was on another level of good. Shida did an absolutely fantastic job with animating this week's episode's fight scenes. So without further ado, let's just get right into it.
不死身の体を持つ神ザマス降臨
The episode begins exactly where 56 left off, with Zamasu and Black facing off against Goku, and obviously for a start, Goku is surprised that Zamasu and Black are teaming up together, as he didn't see Zamasu as a particularly bad guy, and Herms on Twitter said something about a specific line where Zamasu doesn't really call him and Black allies, saying that Black isn't Zamasu's nakama, which is ally, but is his doshi, which is his comrade who has a sort of like-minded interest to Zamasu being to wipe out all mortals, so they're kinda like kindred spirits of a sort, which the fansubs do say. We also get the confirmation that luckily Vegeta is still alive, he's just in really bad shape right now. Zamasu starts going on about his ideal world, a world where no mortals exist, and as he says that, Goku immediately powers up and lunges for Zamasu, colliding hands with him, and he does say something that feels different about Zamasu, which we'll get into in a moment. Goku goes for a roundhouse kick and then flies in with a volley of punches, and the animation is just so gorgeous in so many ways. Just for a little bit of reference, Shida is also the one responsible for the iconic "I will not let you destroy my world" scene from Battle of Gods, the movie version. Goku's still colliding with Zamasu in this really fast brawl where Zamasu then hits Goku down to the ground, and he starts firing these beautiful looking and sounding ki blasts at him as he just backflips through the streets to avoid them. Black then comes in and attempts to strike Goku down from his blind spot, with Goku dodging it. Honestly guys, there's so much fast paced fighting in this episode that it's really difficult to keep up with what's going on. Zamasu says to Black that Goku is his to kill, not Black's, and Black replies weirdly saying that his body wants him, which is just, you know, make of that what you will. The fight continues as Zamasu and Black team up against Goku, and I personally got a lot of History of Trunks vibes in this section, as it just kinda looked like how Future Gohan fought with Future 17 and 18. Goku dodges Zamasu's attack and is about to get hit by Black's ki or a blade thing, whereupon Trunks jumps in and deflects it with his sword as we see his ki flare up dramatically, a lot like how Kabe's ki flared up during fighting Vegeta as a Super Saiyan in the Champa arc, as Trunks actually starts putting in a decent fight with Black, kneeing him in the gut and parrying a lot of his attacks and then kicking him into a building, while Goku also kicks Zamasu into a building. Black and Zamasu reappear and fire ki blasts at Goku and Trunks as they fly up to avoid them, as this awesome, really fast paced fighting starts to begin, with Goku being pummeled by Black and Trunks flying in to save him as Zamasu appears and clashes with them, and then Black starts firing ki blasts at Goku as he dodges them. It's just absolutely amazing stuff here. It's movie level animation here. Goku uses the instant transmission to escape Black, however Black also uses it to get behind Goku and fires a ki blast into him, throwing him to the ground. We switch back to Zamasu versus Trunks as he's slashing at Zamasu with his sword and then actually stabs right through Zamasu's stomach. You think he's dead, right? Wrong. Zamasu starts ripping the sword out and then smiles as the wound heals itself up almost immediately. Black fires a blast that makes Trunks' sword fly out of his hand, and as he goes in to fight Trunks, Goku comes in and luckily takes care of Black. Zamasu jumps to slice down on Trunks, however Trunks catches his hand a lot like how Goku caught his sword in episode 49 I believe, the one where he and Trunks were sparring with each other, as Trunks then kicks Zamasu in the face and starts laying into him, punching him in the stomach multiple times and nailing him with an uppercut, kicking him away as he runs and grabs the sword, throwing his arms out to the air, and this was utterly insane. I lost my shit at this, as Trunks says, "Final Flash!" Yes everyone, Trunks knows the Final Flash. That's mind-blowing. When did he learn that? Did he learn that in the Room of Spirit and Time with Vegeta back in the Cell Saga? Did he learn that when he went back to the future? Did he learn that when he was training with Vegeta in the Future Trunks arc? Who knows? But besides that, Zamasu does survive it and appears almost unaffected by Trunks' Final Flash. Zamasu does say something interesting in that their attacks is what helped him gain immortality, but again, Herms did say on Twitter that it's more so that their attacks are so powerful that it's giving us immortality a more defined feature. They have a bit of a standoff and Trunks wonders, well shit, I've turned Super Saiyan, I've used my strongest attack and I've stabbed him, now what can I actually do to affect him? Goku flies down to him and prepares to fight Zamasu, where Zamasu's like, well boys, it's been fun but you're donezo now, as we hear in the background a certain someone charging up an attack, when we switch to see Black who has the Dark Kamehameha charging up, and yes, it's confirmed to be the Kamehameha because he's doing the whole slow build up with the Kamehameha thing, and Goku tries to get Trunks out of the way, but then Zamasu out of nowhere comes in and grabs both Trunks and Goku by the neck as Black fires off the Kamehameha at them, not killing them but putting them well out of commission. Zamasu and Black then appear in the sky and they merge their ki into this huge purple supernova looking attack, and they're just about to use it. A blast comes out of nowhere and blows it up, and with the last of his strength, Vegeta had turned Super Saiyan Blue and fired off a Final Flash before collapsing unconscious again, allowing Goku and Trunks to escape and the Resistance to actually move in and try be useful. We switch to a scene where, surprisingly enough, Yajirobe was the one who came in for the save, as we see him dragging Goku and Trunks along with him, which is very nice to see him get some use. Honestly, I thought they were going to just add him for no reason, but it's nice to see him getting some sort of screen time, some sort of use. We switch back to Zamasu and Black as the Resistance fire what look like smoke grenades or tear gas or something like that at them, which forces them to escape from the area and for Mai to get in and grab Vegeta. We switch back to Yajirobe, Goku and Trunks as Mai flies in over on a, hover motorbike thing with Vegeta on the back. Mai walks over to Trunks and takes the capsule out of his pocket, opening it to reveal the time machine, all the while Black and Zamasu are trying to search for their key but can't, as they've lost most of their energy in the fight, as well as the likes of Mai and Yajirobe's key who's getting in the way. We cut again back to the others as Mai sets up the time machine to go back to the past and jumps out for some reason as the door closes, and Trunks is shouting at Mai as this emotional music starts playing. Is like, why aren't you coming, why are you leaving again, I can't go back to the past without you again, as they fly up into the sky, alerting Zamasu and Black, who aren't fast enough to reach them, as they escape back to the present day. We cut to a scene back in the past as the time machine almost crash lands back at Capsule Corp, as Trunks, Vegeta and Goku all bundle out completely bruised and battered. Kid Trunks runs over to Vegeta as Bulma and the Pilaf gang come running out. Bulma obviously starts freaking out when she sees the gaping sliced hole in Vegeta's chest. We switch to Universe 10 when we hear the narrator start talking oddly as he confirms that the Zamasu we met in Universe 10 and the Zamasu we met in the Trunks future timeline are two different beings, and we get one of my favourite moments of the episode. We see Gowasu sitting watching TV and he's actually watching the Goku vs Hit fight, which is funny. He watches Dragon Ball Super apparently, and then Zamasu says, "You're watching GodTube again." I'm not kidding, he actually says this in the episode, and then Gowasu says he's thinking of becoming a GodTuber, which is just, well, you know what, well played, Toei, man. I love whoever's writing Super right now. They're definitely aware of everything on the internet and stuff like that. They're aware of all the trends and stuff. Zamasu somehow notices or feels that Goku is clad in God Ki when he watches Goku go Super Saiyan Blue. This pisses him off a lot because, well, a mortal has attained the power of a god. Then the Super Dragon Balls appear on the screen and Zamasu asks what they are, and Goasu says that they are orbs that can grant any wish you desire. We then switch to what you would think is unfamiliar planet, but it's not. We've seen this before. Episode 31, we're now on Zuno's planet. The Gayu, Bulma and Jackal went to ask about the Super Dragon Balls in the Champa arc. We see one of his attendants or guards or whatever fly across the room as Zamasu walks in and tells Zuno one simple thing: tell me about the Super Dragon Balls, everything you know, as the episode ends there. But now it's time to get into my overall thoughts for this episode. Yet again, another stellar super episode. That's back to back where the episodes have just been on another level of class and super standards. For a start, I just want to talk about Shida's animation throughout the fights between Black Zamasu, Goku and Trunks. Shida is very well known for being able to make amazing looking fast paced fights, and we've seen it before with Battle of Gods like I mentioned. He's the one behind the I Will Not Let You Destroy My World scene, which was good enough in its own right, but this animation I feel is the best we've had in Super so far, even better than Goku vs Hit, which had amazing animation, as well as a few of the Goku vs Beerus episodes. Music as always was nice. One thing I find very odd is that Zamasu knows about Zuno. How does he know about Zuno? Zuno resides within Universe 7, so has he travelled to Zuno's place in order to ask about the Super Dragon Balls? Or is there a Zuno in Universe 10? That's kinda weird. But now with my overall thoughts out of the way, it's time to get into the previews as we come to episode 58 entitled Zamasu in Black, Their Mystery Deepens. The first thing we see right off the bat is Zamasu slicing at Zuno. I don't think he kills him, I think it's more of a threatening kind of thing. We're finally starting to see that malicious and evil side of Zamasu start to flourish. We also get to see Goku, Trunks and Vegeta out cold in what looks like a room at Capsule Corp. And now, here's one of the most interesting things about the previews. We see Zamasu using the Super Dragon Balls. How was he able to collect all 7 orbs so quickly? I mean, it's likely Zuno told him all of the locations, but he has to jump between Universe 6 and 7. You would think Champa, Beerus and the attendants, or maybe even the Kaioshins would have noticed. We see that yes, the leaks were right, Beerus, Whis and Kaioshin do appear to meet them and talk to Goku in this episode. Also, it's weird because Goku mentions in the previews that not only did Zamasu ask Zuno about the Super Dragon Balls, but he also asked Zuno about Goku. Now here's an interesting thought. Could this be the spark that starts the creation of Black? Black knows most all there is to know about Goku, it seems. Could this be the catalyst? Goku also feels he knows what Zamasu did, which, if we can all guess with common sense, is ask for immortality from Super Shenron or Zanrama or whatever. We also see him back in Universe 10 as we get the final shot of the preview with Zamasu smiling in an evil manner as Goku looks like he enters the house of Universe 10, likely with Beerus and Whis, maybe even Vegeta and Trunks too. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just a fake out by Toei to kind of trick us into thinking they go back to Universe 10. But that's all I can discern from the previews. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Share this amongst your friends. I've been AzureAce and thank you for coming to the video.
It is I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and you're watching AzureAce. Subscribe for more content like this one.